Okay, everyone, thank you for being here at the special meeting. We are calling the meeting to order at 9:01. And I will ask Commissioner McQueen, please, to lead us or to give us the opening prayer, and our county clerk to lead us in pledge.
Our Father in heaven, as we come here today, we're grateful to be here with the county, and we're grateful for all the rain we've received and moisture for the land. And please bless that this meeting can go good, that we can make good decisions for the county and just make it be a good day. And we're thankful for all of our blessings in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We had a very good stadium effect there, Buster, during the pledge. I liked it. No, it was good. Item number 4, approval of agenda. Is there any discussion, Audrey, Buster?
No, I don't. Unless there's something that you guys see.
Yeah, I think we can combine C, D, and E into one. It's the New Mexico DOT contract for cattle guards.
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Did we not? I thought that we passed that last time.
A portion of it we did.
So, Buster, this is Deb. We received the DOT aspect of the grant amendment the afternoon of the commission meeting. So this is the second half of what you guys approved last week.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and a little additional to the agenda. I've been asked why public comment isn't on the agenda. And I've been informed that typically the monthly meeting offers public comment. Special meetings are kind of work sessions, and they're very quick, very short, and typically don't have public comment on there. So in the future, I'm sure it'll be all right with the commission if we hear from the public saying they would like to make comment 3 days before the meeting. We could certainly add public comment.
Right.
Okay. So go ahead, Buster.
I'll motion that we approve the agenda with the
C, D, and A.
notation that we combine C, D, and E as one action item.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. The approval of agenda is complete. Approval of minutes. Do we have any discussion?
Those have all been updated, right? Those the previous ones. Looking through them, I didn't have a problem with them.
Okay.
All motion we approve them.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good. Approval of minute passes. So we move into action items. Action item 1, consideration of resolution 10/2026 budget adjustment. Number 2 for fiscal year 25-26. Any discussion?
Is this the budget adjustment? That's budget number 2? Yeah, it is, right? Mm-hmm. So I just had a little discussion on this one. The capital outlay, and then goes through the it was on the treasurer expenses. Does anybody have any questions on that? Did we want to put more money in for that? Because I know we're kind of tight on funds.
Yeah, I think it was an increase of
2,000.
2,600 or something?
So that you're talking the treasurer's per diem line item?
Yeah.
So that's an increase, a requested increase of $6,500. Part of that is to capture an over expenditure that has already occurred. So there was a budget of $1,300 within the approved budget. They are already over that by $2,344. So they are asking, so part of that transfer will be to encompass that overture that's already there. But, we do have to remember that that's almost, the budget, what was originally requested by the treasurer's office was $3,000, I believe. I don't know if Becky can advise. So we're actually already over, their expenditures are over what they requested.
Yeah, 3,000 originally, and then it was kicked down to 1,500.
And just to put it in kind of an idea of what all the departments have, this would be the most out of all the departments. It's almost $8,000. The assessor's office is the largest department, and they have a $5,000 per diem.
Do you think, is it possible, like, because I know, where that budget have to stretch till March?
Correct. So we were already over by $2,300 within the first, 4 months of the fiscal year.
Do you think can you zoom in some of that stuff?
Most of what I've been doing, no. The treasurer's affiliate was a 4-day meeting. I did the regional treasurers meeting 2 weeks ago. It was in Truth or Consequences. The one prior to that, last quarter, was in Silver City. There's 2 bills on there that are last year's bills that got pushed into this year.
So they weren't yours?
Well, they're mine. But they should have been in last year, but nothing was done for 2 months, and so we screwed this year with last year's bills.
So the majority is for training.
Well, there's some of this training, but like I say, the treasurer's affiliate meeting in Santa Fe in the end of August. I went to the finance affiliates meeting to see what was going on there. That was in Ruidoso for 3 days. So,
Did you have something, Buster?
Yeah, I was just wondering, I was gonna ask my fellow commissioners if the treasurer's office had reached out to either one of them to discuss this, because I know I have not been contacted to go over this, discuss this, and discuss the uses or anything else.
Yeah, Rick and I have talked about it, probably twice. I don't know if Audrey has had any discussions with the treasurer.
Rick's he's tried to reach out with me. I've been extremely busy and I haven't talked to him.
Becky?
So, just so everybody understands, so when you're asking for budget adjustments, as long as you're within your overall budget, in other words, what he's asking for is, yes, it's increasing that line item, but he's decreasing another line item to cover that, so it's not affecting the overall bottom line budget. It's not increasing his department budget at all. So I think you need to know that.
So it's not, okay, that's good, thank you.
It's
not
increasing
coming out of the
his
general
line item,
fund.
but it's not increasing.
So Becky, where is the money coming from then?
So it would be coming from full-time salary.
$500 from
Yeah.
the fuel expense line. I don't have a car to put fuel in.
So you didn't need that expense line? Yeah. And the full-time salary, there's still money in there if needed.
Unless the county decides to give us more raises, no.
I know that the treasurer's office now has the Edge training manual for the treasurers. And we understand as a commission that we appointed you and just kind of threw you in there without much training, and you've been on your own to gather what training you can. How far along in the process do you think you are?
Which process?
Training.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I've gone out, got answers for. These meetings I go to, mostly not training, but opportunities to ask of my counterparts, how does it work in your county? How's it supposed to work? And I mean, I'm still getting answers, still got questions.
Do you have other classes on the agenda for this coming fiscal year?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, so this
I mean,
is,
there's meetings coming up. There's the legislative one in January. And there's the annual one in June. It was in Clovis this year, it's been Gallup next year.
okay, which meeting's that? The one in Clovis?
NMAC, New Mexico Association of Counties.
All right, so as they get closer, you can decide if you want these meetings or not, but you're saying you need the line item in your budget. You may spend it, you may not.
Okay, well, that makes sense. It's not coming over, that makes sense to this new bit.
Okay. Okay, any other discussion, Buster?
No, I mean, I understand that, but I'm gonna vote in the nay on that portion of it just because of the lack of communication. So he can talk with you, but that does mean of no good.
Yeah.
Because I can't discuss with you these things, and so, there was no attempt to communicate with me at all. And it's pretty much public now, and I think that there's going to be a lot more political fallout and blowback over everything that's happened, and I think that that's gonna be an ongoing discussion.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can keep the discussion moving in the right direction for the county and for everyone involved. That's all we can do is our best in communication. So, okay, if there's no other discussion, do I have a motion to approve resolution 10-2026? Wait a minute, one more discussion. Yes, Becky.
I don't know which way, I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but I do need to tell you that there needs to be enough money in there to cover the negative, so if something has to be put in there, that's all I wanna say. If you're not gonna approve the 6,500, then you at least need to approve the negative, so I can bring it up to.
Yeah, well, I think I'm asking for a motion to approve resolution 10-2026 in total.
Can I amend that resolution? Could I amend it to where we cover the expenses to where we're in the green? Is that something we can do, Adrian?
Well, Becky, was that your comment? I mean, if we approve it in total, then we're approving all of the changes, including,
If you're approving it, there are no changes then.
Yeah.
To answer, Commissioner McQueen's question, you all have the ability to approve it as is, or you certainly have the ability to, it's the county commission's budget. You can remove things, change things in the budget, in this resolution, and just direct staff to do so. Motion, it's up to you whether you want to do it in whole or in part, or change things.
So I think that we need to, I wanna pull the treasurer part out of it. I would like to approve the budget transfer. And I don't know if it's gonna have to be 2 steps, but the other part of it, we've got to approve the money so that we can get ourselves back in the green. And then I think the rest of this, we need to talk about in the next meeting as to what we're gonna do on that budget.
for the per diem.
For the per diem on the treasurer, yeah.
Oh, okay,
So I would make a motion that we approve every budget transfer except for the treasurers. But with the treasurers, we would approve enough money to get us in the green. And then the rest of it, the rest of that budget for the treasurer, we'll put on the next month's agenda to
Okay,
discuss.
okay, to give the treasurer time to speak with the commissioners.
Yes.
Okay,
I will second that.
okay. All right. Did you get that
Thank
motion?
And I don't
Madam
know,
Clerk?
I don't know what that dollar amount is, but directing staff to whatever the dollar amount is to get us into the green.
2344,
So 23.
2,344.
Okay. Investor seconded.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Aye.
I,
Okay.
Okay, moving on, consideration of professional services agreement with Captain County Cowboy Clinic. Do you,
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, we met with the Cowboy Clinic yesterday to discuss the proposed contract, which is basically what we have with PMS. What it comes down to, this contract, just as it was with PMS, is really a professional services agreement, which means that, since it's the county's clinic, at this point, the Cowboy Clinic would operate a clinic, on our behalf. And of course, because they're going to be serving the sick and indigent of the county, we haven't charged rent, because they're providing the service to the constituents that's consistent with Article 9, Section 14 of the Constitution. That said, there are several changes that are in this contract, both from PMS and the discussions yesterday. They're not very extensive, but I'll go over them really quick. I just have a copy of the contract, so I'll just hit the high points that are important. The first high point is that under scope of work, they're basically saying that they do not believe they're not going to be up and running at full speed until February of 26. And I guess they'll just have, they'll be onboarding providers. So at that point, they're not going to be able to do 5 days a week until February. They requested a change in Section 1A that they'll be open as frequently as possible. And beginning in February of 26, they'll be open 5 days a week. The reporting time, push it out until June 1st, 2027, since they won't have enough information to report this year, since they're just getting going. One important thing that they added, actually, one change the commission had requested is as far as utility costs go. The county was paying utility costs previously. In this case, we're doing them on a changing basis, and we're paying 50% of costs for the first year, 25% of the second year, and 0 for the third year, and then they're on their own for their utilities, which are water, sewer, trash, electricity, and gas. Another thing that has been changed is that the Cowboy Clinic will be responsible for their own janitorial services. Previously, the county provided janitorial services, but at this point, they're going to do their own. So the county will not be responsible for that. And lastly, it's not a change, but just to point out that the county is still going to provide the maintenance of the building, as we would any basically tenant. So if you want me, let me know if you have any questions for me. And otherwise, it's up to the board to decide if it's amenable to those changes.
yeah, so Adrian, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes. Are those changes in the contract, that you supplied to us?
They are the changes in the contract that was sent last night.
Okay.
So they should be current in front of what you get. They should be what's in front of you right now.
Okay, good. And the Cowboy Clinic likes the contract then with the changes? Deb shaking her head yes?
Yeah, so we met yesterday with them. We went through it with Adrian and we were able to incorporate their requests.
Okay.
I think it's actually pretty good.
Is there any other discussion? Buster?
No, sir. No, I mean, my only comment would, I'm not sure why we would need to change it on that one thing, because it just said open as much as possible. That kind of leaves leeway for them.
It was, Commissioner Green, it was previously, the previous contract said open 5 days a week.
Oh,
We
okay.
changed it
All
to
right.
as open as much as possible until February, and then they need to be open 5 days a week.
Okay, so we don't need to change the motion on this. We just can motion and pass this, right?
Yes, sir, that's right.
Okay, perfect. I'm good with it.
Okay, very good. If there is no further discussion, do I have a motion to approve professional services agreement with Catron County Cowboy Clinic?
I will motion to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Okay, we are going to combine C, D, and E, which is LGRF First Amendments to New Mexico DOT. It covers L600241, 244, and 247. Is there any discussion? There is no discussion. Do I have a motion to approve C, D, and E?
Motion we approve CD and
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye? Aye?
Aye.
Very good. Okay, moving on. Consideration of resolution 17-26, adopting the Catron County investment policy. Is there any discussion?
No,
Mr. Chairman, if I might, we're required to have an investment policy. The county did have a previous one, this, from years ago. This is basically updating it. It really, as far as investments go, it just sets forth, basically that we want very, very secure investments. The one thing that investment policy will often do is to delegate to create an investment committee that would make the decisions rather than the Board of County Commissioners sitting as the Board of Finance, conferring with the treasurer. This board, as is the case with many counties, I believe that the last meeting requested that there not be an investment committee. So that is removed from this version. And again, that's different counties do it different ways. Many counties do not have an investment committee. What that means is, pursuant to 6-10-10, is when the treasurer decides to make an investment of county funds that are eligible, that the treasurer would put it on the agenda, request to be on the agenda, and propose his investment. At that point, the Board of County Commissioners gets either approves the investment or gets a veto of the of the investment. The commission doesn't get to choose where they want their investment. They just get a yes or a no vote. But of course, that also opens things up if the county commission and the treasurer, it has to be a partnership. And if they can't come to an agreement, then nothing happens. So generally, this takes a lot of, it's just like anything, any kind of legislation. It takes a little bit of negotiation to decide where things should go. So I think this is what the commission had requested at the last meeting.
Adrian, why is the head of finance removed from this policy?
The head of finance, it's removed from the decision making process as far as investing, that the finance still gives their opinion, but once if you don't have an investment committee, then it's strictly the board. So the finance director would not be making a decision under this particular policy.
Okay, but under the policy, I think that it should be stated that finance would be advised and included, because if that would have happened over this last deal, would have never had the buckle or whatever you want to say that we're in, because Becky would advise them that that was illegal.
Well, I would say this, Commissioner, considering the last thing, I don't know that's necessary, because the treasurer at no point can invest money on his own. It has to come to the Board of County Commissioners. It would have to be on the agenda, and so there is no other way to do it.
Okay.
So, Adrian, with Buster's, good comments there, it's really up to the commission and the, finance department to make sure they stay in communication on what actions are going to be taken with our investments.
Well, in this case, I would argue that it is up to the treasurer. The treasurer is the one that, that under the law should be saying, all right, I think we should invest money, here.
Sure.
It is then incumbent upon the treasurer to bring it to the county commission. The treasurer cannot act unilaterally, so the treasurer needs to then go to the manager and say, I need to put this on the agenda, to whatever, roll over a CD.
Right.
And the Board of Finance, which is the Board of County Commissioners, then addresses it. So it's up to the treasurer. The treasurer is the one that is supposed to take the initiative on this, deciding and making those contacts.
Yeah, I get it. But since the commission is acting in lieu of a investment committee, it's up to the commissioners to do the due diligence as an investment committee would. And that means speaking with not just the treasurer, but finance and any others that we think could give us advice on investments.
Yes, that makes sense, absolutely.
Okay.
I have one question. On page 4, in the different types of investments relisted, I think you're shooting yourself in the foot. You need at least one fourth one. Because you have the third one is State Investment Council's long-term investment funds. You have nothing about short-term investment funds, which would be the LGLP.
Go to that. Microsoft is never my friend in these groups. It continually wants to reboot me. Okay.
Adrian, do you have a response to that?
I didn't hear anything, I'm sorry.
Okay, can you get
Yes.
closer to a mic, Rick, and state that so that Adrian can hear what you just said?
On page 4, you have 3 different investment options that are allowable. Direct obligations, the feds, bank savings and loans and credit unions, and the state long-term investment funds. You need a short-term option, which would be the state LGIP. And from what I received a month or so ago that they were working off of, I believe it was Cibola County. The whole list, the last item on the list on each of their options is the LGIP. But that's a short-term option that right now you don't really have in there.
What's the advantages of the short-term state LGIP?
The CD that we're talking about renewing today, it had to roll into a money market fund because it renewed on the 10th, and wasn't on the agenda. So it had to go there. If you've got others somewhere else that roll over, they've got to go somewhere. We can roll them into our savings account at 0.08% interest, or we can roll them into the LGIP at 4.21 for however long it takes to make the move to where it wants to go.
So what is the primary difference between the state long-term investment and state short-term?
Long-term is a year timeline. Their investments are out there.
Consideration to be more than 1 year.
The
Okay.
LGIP has an average 18-day maturity, and it's a short-term investment fund.
It's probably higher.
Treasurer is correct on that. I can add LGIP and I should. That's something we can want.
Sure like it. Buster, do you agree?
Yes, I'm in agreement there.
Okay.
And I just think, I think with all of these, we need to talk and see if the bank where we bank at is able to match those funds. If they aren't, then we make the decision and do what's in the best interest of the county.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna have the opportunity to talk about that under H, Buster. So it's coming up right quick. Okay, any other discussion on the county investment policy? I'm gonna ask for a motion that we approve that policy with the addition of adding State Investment Council short-term LGIP investment opportunities.
All motion.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Very good. Okay, moving on. Delegation of authority for a vehicle purchase for the county commissioner's office. We discussed this in detail a few weeks ago.
Yes, we, actually a week ago, it's kind of like Groundhog Day, I believe. What we actually were, Malloy reached out to us and said that they can also provide us, hey, they just got this vehicle in, which was a long bid. And so that actually was even more beneficial to the road department. So we are requesting that we use the full grant amount, which is $65,000. And we're tweaking the request to this vehicle that the road department likes even more.
Yeah. Certainly prefer hauling goosenecks with a long bed.
Well, and for them specifically, it added the ability for them to have that fuel tank back there. Which is really helpful when they have to, fuel their heavy equipment and stuff.
It's also a diesel.
Well, yeah, I believe it is.
Aren't they making 1 ton electrical
Yeah, we're not.
trucks nowadays? Okay. Well, we're not gonna do that?
We're not.
Okay, all right, I'm being
I
sarcastic.
motion to approve G.
Okay, we have a motion to approve G. Do I have a second?
I'll second it with the comment that it should have been a 4, but anyway.
Well, they keep saying they got it towed, so,
Oh,
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Very good. Okay, moving on. Action item H. This is going to take some discussion. Consent of county treasurer to invest funds pursuant to NMSA 1978 60-10-10.
And Mr. Chairman, first you need a motion to convene as the Board of Finance.
Excellent. Do I have a motion to convene as the board finance? I'll second.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we are in what are we gonna call it, Adrian? This is commission finance group?
The County Board of Finance.
County
Convene as the County Board of Finance.
Board of
At
Finance.
this point, this is where the yeah, the county treasurer, you know, states where he would like to invest the funds, and it's up to this board to either approve or disapprove that investment. And then, of course, if there's a disapproval, then you probably all need to come to an agreement. Let's just say that nobody comes to an agreement. You know, again, the treasurer cannot act unilaterally, and neither can the board in this situation. So if no one comes to an agreement, the funds just move until such time as they come to an agreement. You do come to an agreement.
Okay, so it's in the county's best interest for us to, have a, negotiated agreement here.
Yes, so Hayden, can you have Rick come up closer to a mic so that Adrian and myself can hear him good?
You bet. Rick, you want to sit right here?
In the hot seat.
So this, the one, is the floor open for discussion right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the one question I have is that the CD that automatically renewed because we did not take action, what did it renew in and how is it locked?
It did not renew, it rolled into the money market account instead of renewing.
Okay, so we still have the option to move those funds, right?
Yes.
And what's the
Okay.
total of those funds?
Right now, there is $340,000 in that money market account. Recommendation is to take 250,000 of that out to put into a CD with Goldman Sachs at 3.75% for 5 years.
Is it locked in at that, let's say?
Yes. Maturity date is 10/21/2030. We have until Tuesday to do it for a settlement date of 10/21. If we miss that, we start over and see what they're offering at that point.
So it's in there till 2030.
Yes.
So are you suggesting that instead of the state funds because of the security, even though the state funds would be at 4.2%? Like,
That's part of it, but the feds are cutting interest rates now. They've already dropped about 0.5 point on other things. And it is expected that the rates are going to continue to be cut over the next few months. If you lock this in, you got it, you know you've got for 5 years. You just leave it in the money market. Right now it might be beating it, but next month it might not.
okay, so why are you suggesting only part of those funds?
250,000 is the limit for FDIC insurance coverage. All of our CDs with Morton are all at different banks through brokered CDs. Every one of them is covered by the FDIC.
Okay, I understand that on coverage. I mean, if we could, can we make that offer to Socorro? And the only reason is, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, Socorro has offered to guarantee all of our funds above and beyond what the FDIC.
They're
At
collateralizing
least
them,
that's what was explained to me. Is that right?
They've collateralized them. We get a statement every month of what they're holding as securities to cover the excess over what the FDIC will insure for us.
Right.
I asked for
Okay.
rates last week. I got the response from Morton. I did not receive a response from First State Bank.
Who did you call at First State?
I sent an email
To who?
to the bank. I didn't find that.
So,
Well, I think we should reach out to Quattro and just tell him what the rate is, see if they would like to match. And if they would match, invest there, and if they won't match, to go with the Goldman Sachs.
could,
And then, so what would happen with that residual money?
It's still sitting in the money market fund.
So would it be wise to invest it at 3.55? If Socorro does not come up from their offer of 3.55, but is still willing to honor it, would it be good to move it from the money market fund, or?
Long-term rate wise possibly, but do you know what's gonna happen next week? If you leave it in the money market fund, you have liquidity that you can get to your money that you cannot do if you lock it all up in a CD.
So we're talking 90,000, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but with so let me ask on the three that are coming up, what are the due dates on them?
There's 4 of them, 3 of them are on November 10th and 1 is on November 17th. All of them are 500,000 apiece.
That's 4.
Okay.
So $2 million. And who's that with now?
They're all at the bank here
Okay.
at 3.25%,
So November 10th and November 5th,
17th.
17th.
And does the bank here guarantee them?
You're locking in that
Yes.
rate, then the FDIC will cover the first 250,000 you have with the bank. Is that? That's really locking there right now.
And if we wanna go get money visa, we can pull it at any time, or are they locked in?
You'll pay penalties if you try to take it out of the CD.
You don't lose the interest, or I'm sorry, you don't lose the principal
Because you lose
You
it.
could lose up to and all of your interest.
if you pull it out early. But we've had this money tied up historically for 5 years at a time for the last 15 years.
Yeah, and I mean, it's now maybe, I don't know, eight years ago. One of the things to keep in mind though, and I'm not sure what the initial investment was, but it was 800 to $1 million or whatever that was invested is road money. So you need to keep that in mind considering what we're possibly looking at.
Well, none of this 2 million was road money, right?
Yes,
It was,
yes.
but
My understanding is that out of those 4 CDs, 2 of those CDs were covered by road money.
okay, but we never had to dive into that money. It's
It's
stayed.
just, yeah, it's always stayed. No,
So
we've never had to dive into it.
will we have to do you see reason for us to dive into it now?
The only reason I would see diving into it now would be is if we don't get any SRS money. I mean, that would be the clincher right there. So that, it's just something to think about. I'm not saying don't do it, I'm just saying keep that in the back of your mind.
Buster, were you able to hear Becky?
That'll be a first if you didn't.
No, not real clearly, I thought it'd be.
See, we may not wanna lock
Well,
every money down. If we
Yeah.
don't get that SRS money, we may wanna have something that we know we can get.
Buster, what the question to Bucky was this $2 million that's, or I'm sorry,
I just like.
I'm sorry. My mind is working quicker than my tongue, or vice versa, one or the other. I'm sorry. My question to Becky was this $2 million that's coming up, $1 million of it is allocated for potential road money. We haven't had to dip into that 2 million in the past, but since SRS is not coming through this year, we may need to dip into that 2 million for the first time for road money. So we may want to keep at least $1 million of it liquid. Does that make sense?
So before the 10th, basically, we need to research and find a way that would get the county the most return while having access to that.
Correct.
When's our next
Yes,
commission meeting?
The 10th.
it's the 10th.
It's the
It's
10th.
when it comes due.
That'll be
That's
good.
the problem.
Well, we can have it on the agenda. That'll be good timing.
All I have to do is say, do not roll them, and they won't automatically roll again. That'll give us time to move them where we want to.
If we didn't decide till the day of the 10th.
They mature on the 10th. At that point, we need to do something.
Okay.
If we do not tell Quattro to do something with it, the banks traditionally and habitually just roll you into another one for another 5 years, just because you didn't tell them not to.
Buster?
So I'm good with that. Let's get it on the agenda and make sure that and then let's research, try to find out the best vehicle to put that in so that we can, just in case we need to utilize it, but,
Did you hear what you just said, Buster?
oh,
Hey, I'm calling Becky,
You said the
Bucky, so.
vehicle to roll it into.
The vehicle and let Becky drive it.
no, let me restate, so that we can find
Did anybody say
whichever is going to be the best investment portfolio for the county, so that we can utilize that money and have access to it there. Strike the red vehicle. Vehicle was just.
Yeah, and
Anyway,
And I am gonna make a request that all harassment of the chair and the vice chair end. Immediately.
I'm just, guys, I don't know if you guys slept last night. I know I didn't, but I can really point out what you're.
Hey, Buster, Rick is having trouble getting a reply from Socorro. Could you share with him Quattro's email address so he can communicate direct with him?
yes, and I'll also share Quattro's number with you.
Okay. You want to do that now or text it to him?
Yes, I will text it to him.
Okay. All right. You have the cell number?
Or him, Buster?
Yeah. Do you have Rick's cell number, Buster?
I'm pretty sure that I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we can make a decision right now if we like on this 250,000. Unless you want to wait to get Quattro's response on it.
Is that the one that matured today though? Or like,
Matured a month ago.
Well,
we can't already wait?
This
Well,
offer is good until the 21st, next Tuesday.
We gotta make a decision.
so I think that we can go ahead and approve in the affirmative today with the addendum that we give Quattro the opportunity to match what Goldman Sachs is. And if they can't, then to approve. So the motion would be to approve the move of the 250,000 with the addition that we give First State Bank the opportunity to match the interest rate. I don't think that they'll match it.
Okay. And what do you want to do
Does
with
that make sense?
it does. I will get that motion moving, but what are we going to do with the 90,000? Should we move that into short-term state LGIP?
Well, I think that yes, where it's accessible, yeah, so that we can,
It is accessible.
that we can then decide whether to combine it.
It's already in a money market fund with Morton,
It's accessible.
so it's accessible right now.
Yeah, but at 0.5% interest.
They're 3.5, I believe.
Oh, they're 3.5?
That one's good to stay there.
Okay. And will Morton respond in releasing the money as quickly as the state will? Okay. Okay. All right. Is there any further discussion? Oh, okay. Okay, I propose we make a motion to move $250,000 out of the $340,000 account to Goldman Sachs at 3.75 interest, allowing Socorro Bank an option to match that percentage. The balance of the 90,000 will stay in its current money market. Do I have a motion?
I will motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Very good. And we also make note in the discussions that we will be discussing the $2 million in our November 10th commission meeting.
Perfect. So now we need to reconvene as the Board of County Commissioners.
Well,
Correct.
before we do that, there is, tell me if I can legally do this, Adrian. There is another $3 million, I believe, that will be coming up in the future.
There's $2 million in November and $100,000 in December. 4 CDs at the bank here for $2 million. 1 CD with Morton for $100,000.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, never mind, Adrian. I wasn't gonna add any discussion. Okay, so Buster is correct. We need a motion to come out of County Board of Finance and back into commission meeting. Do I have?
Before you do that, I need to use.
Buster, we have a note here from the treasurer. We're just reading it. Commissioner McQueen, do you have any comment before I state the purpose of this note? So we have a letter of resignation from our treasurer effective 10/24/25. There is some written comment that goes along with it. Adrian, since this is a resignation on the 24th, before we make all these comments public, is it allowable to give the commission opportunity to speak individually with Mr. Barnes?
There's no, yeah, I mean, that's a letter to the commission, so, while it's public information, it's, it's at this point, listen, it's at this point just in your hands. Yes, the commissioner free to speak with Mr. Barnes before then, and of course, he can change his mind until the 24th.
Oh, okay, so this is public right now.
Yes.
Oh, okay, do you want me to read it? Audrey, do you want me to read it?
Well, and let Buster know I'm gonna send him a text. Or it's public.
Oh, okay. So Buster, we're gonna send you a picture of it. This is dated October the 14th, 2025. The day I was offered this job, I told you that if you wanted a yes man, you didn't want me. Due to the restrictions on what I'm allowed to do or see, this job is turned into a job for a yes man. I'm resigning effective 10/24/25. I would not wish the treatment I received when I started on anyone. I'm willing to come back as a consultant to show my replacement the things I had to figure out on my own. And it's signed Rick Barnes, Catchin County Treasurer. Okay, here, I'll give you a copy.
Yeah.
Put that into the records. Thank you for the option to use you as a consultant. And I hope you still have communications with all the commissioners before the 24th.
Awesome. I did this a month ago. It sat in my drawer for the last month, deciding whether or not I was going to submit it.
Okay,
I'm submitting.
okay. Okay, we will, I'll give this to the county manager, and, did you want us to open it right now?
That's up to
Let's hand that over to the county manager. Okay. So we've got that in the record, and I can tell you I'm going to call you and talk to you individually. You've shown me a lot of communication and shared a great deal of information with me, and I certainly know more about the treasurer's office than I did before. Okay. Very good. So I believe we still need to come out of County Board of Finance, correct?
Right.
Do I have a motion to come out of the County Board of Finance?
All motion.
I'll motion. Oh, sorry. I'll second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Audrey? Did you say aye?
I did.
Oh, you did? Well, Buster and I didn't hear you.
I said aye.
Okay. All right, we are back into commission meeting. Thank you, Greg. Okay, moving on, approval of checks and registers. Is there any discussion? With no discussion, do I have a motion to approve checks and registers?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Approval of payroll. Any discussion? With no discussion, do I have a motion to approve payroll? Okay, I'll second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. All right, executive session, motion and roll call vote to recess regular session and go into executive session, and that pursuant to New Mexico State Statute, Section 1015(1), only the following matters will be discussed in closed session.
Mr. Chairman, there is no executive session items listed.
Okay. So I read all that for no purpose, Adrian?
So, Adrian, on there,
We have it on our agenda.
We have it on.
personal and real estate?
Yeah,
They're not specifics, so just titles that we could discuss if it was on the agenda, but there's no item specified, so there's no executive this time.
Okay.
Okay, I consider this once again as harassment of the co-chair for forcing me to read something unnecessarily. Adrian?
Yep.
Okay, strike the motion to go into executive session, please. I will bypass reconvene. All right, we're moving on to next commission meeting, November the 10th. 9 a.m., Fire Administration Building. We look forward to seeing everyone there. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Thank you, everyone.
10:01.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, so Kelly's up making the copy of the.
10:01, it was exactly 60 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
So that one, she's
I
gonna
need you
break
to
down
find this one.
correct version of each.